Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to another edition of Timberwolves Hockey right here on the Northwood Hockey Network. I'm John Gervasi, and today we're coming to you live from Midland Civic Arena as the Northwood Timberwolves get set to take on the Calvin Knights in a face-off set for about 245, 250, somewhere around that point. Last night did not go the way Northwood had hoped, losing 4-2 to the Calvin Knights. That puts them at 5-2 on the season, while Calvin jumps up to 1-0 in their first contest of the season. Northwood, however, does not affect them within the conference or within the division. They are still 3-1 within the MCHC East. MCHC East standings as of right now: U of M on top at 3-2, Northwood second in the division at 3-1, Lawrence Tech at 1-1, Central Michigan 0-1. Adrian 0-2, and Oakland behind 0-0. They have not played a conference game. In the MCHC West, Michigan State on top 4-0. Aquinas and Ferris fall right behind at 0-2. Grand Valley, Western Michigan, and Calvin have yet to play a division game within the MCHC. Scores last night in the MCHC: Lawrence Tech beat Michigan State 5-3. Missouri State they beat 5-3. Grand Valley State shut out Ferris State in that rivalry 4-0. Aquinas beat Adrian 4-3 in an upset. And Western Michigan beat Central Michigan 3-1. And as I have just seen before this game even started, Central Michigan and Western Michigan, they started early today with Western picking up the overtime win 4-3. Which doesn't affect their division record. They just beat a rival, swept rival Central Michigan. MCHC this year continuing its impressive start for all the teams within the conference. As you saw, Northwood 5-2. The MCHC has been very dominant this year. Oakland has beaten Purdue and Wisconsin and Lawrence Tech. They've been getting wins. So this MCHC, we talk about it all the time. This is the conference in Division III ACHA hockey. The last, 5, 6+ national championships have come from this conference. So if you want to win a national championship out of conference, more than likely you're going to have to go through an MCHC team to win said national championship. Calvin today in their road maroon jerseys, gold and white stripes, and Northwood in their home whites, dark blue and light blue striping, light blue numbers. So storylines, obviously last night, Calvin with the 4-2 win over the Northwood Timberwolves. I was told it was 4-1, and then Northwood scored to make it 4-2. Storyline for Northwood this year so far, they're winning. 2 losses on the year, 1 division loss to Michigan and 1 out-of-division loss to Calvin. But they played really well all year. Aiden Schultz has played very well as the starting goaltender. So it's going to be a fun one here between Northwood and Calvin. And we will be back with your starting lineups in your Northwood Hockey Network. Starting goaltenders, you're watching Timberwolves Hockey on the Northwood Hockey Network. Back here live on the Northwood Hockey Network as we get started get ready for first period action. Starting goalies tonight first for the Calvin Knights, Trent Goheen. Last year, 2-0 record with 1 goals against and a .917 save percentage. This is his first start of the year. And for the Northwood Timberwolves, it is Aiden Schultz, who is at the bench right now, but this year 5-2 with a 177 goals against and a .946 save percentage on the season for the Timberwolves. Starting lineups for the Calvin Knights: at forward, number 11 Brock Hurth, number 17 Bennett Eisma, and number 51 Drew Klumper. As we get started for first period action, as nobody gains control of the faceoff, and now the Knights do. Into the zone, shot on, block it away. That's shot off of the stick of Bennett Eisma. Puck goes to the far side now. Out to the neutral zone it goes and cleared back into the Timberwolves zone. Going after it is Perrin. He throws Eisma to the ice, and here come the Timberwolves now. Up the ice, into the neutral zone it goes. Temple. And then a big hit by Temple on the far side. And up the ice into the neutral zone, off the stick of LaRose. Into the Calvin zone it goes. And back into the neutral zone now. Carter Remp takes it for the Timberwolves off the far side and down into the ninth zone. And stoppage of play. I thought Ivasil won the race to the puck, but here's he did not, and we will get an icing on the Timberwolves with 19:10 to go here in the first. So if we can get a game that was as good as last night's game between D1 and Grand Valley, tonight should be another fun night at Midland Civic Arena. Puck drop to the left of Schultz. One in control by the Timberwolves. Remp takes it behind his net. Off the glass, but not out. And out to the neutral zone it goes, where it's played there by Sabota. In the neutral zone, off the skate of Stemke, and out of play into the Calvin bench with 18:49 to go here in the first. Puck drop in front of the Calvin bench. One in control by the Knights, but flipped on ahead by Stemke. But off the glass and into the neutral zone it goes, where it's taken there. Now over to Moody. Moody in the neutral zone. He's checked along the boards. Now taken there, Connor Stemke gets it across. Taken there, Ben Wessel. Wessel behind the net. Flips it into the neutral zone. Up to Connor White, taken there by Grishatov. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Cleared on down by Ivasil into the Calvin. Oh! Goheen almost, big mistake there. Wide open net. Northwood couldn't capitalize. Now puck there, Rattersma. In the Timberwolves zone. That's Swigert who has a chance. Throws it behind the net. Taken there, Sova. Sova wheels it back to the point and then flips it down low. Puck goes to the back wall for Radersma. And out to the neutral zone it goes, where Siselski is ridden off the puck and taken there by Sova. Then Siselski throws him to the ice. Back to the point, Perrin. Perrin shot through traffic and it's stopped by Goheen. Along the near side, Noah Perrin now for the Timberwolves. Gets it across to Ciceretto. Ciceretto off the stick, and then a Timberwolf, that's Harfoot, got thrown almost into the Calvin bench. And here come the Knights now. Thrown into the Timberwolves zone. Noah Perrin flipped it up, and here come the Timberwolves now. It's Aiden French, gains the offensive zone. French to the near corner now. Almost lost it. He's checked along the boards, and puck goes behind the net, where it's taken there by the Knights, and up the ice they go. Here's Sova now. Sova flips one on ahead. We'll get a change for the Knights with 16:45 to go. Here's Remp. Gets it over. Got it over to back to Remp. And up the ice to Kennedy along the far side. And then taken there by a Knight in his own zone. Here come the Knights. Lambers goes after it. And he's hit along the back wall by Catch. And up along the far side, into the neutral zone it goes. And into the Knights zone. Taken there. Along behind the net, shot out in front, another chance and a save by Going. And cleared on down into the Timberwolves zone. Schultz will play it, no icing. Remp now with it. Up the ice they go, up to Boston Bennett now. Bennett in the neutral zone, lost control of it, takes a shot along the far side by Klomperens. Off the glass now. Grishatov will throw it to the far side. Taken there by Wessel now. Wessel throws it behind the net to the near side. Then thrown back down low. Taken there Wessel. Wessel throws one on ahead. Not out. Grishatov doesn't hold the zone, and we will get an offside on the Knights. 15:22 to go here in the first. Score is 0-0. Puck drop will be right in front of us here, right in front of our camera, in the neutral zone. Face off on a control by the Timberwolves. Iversil tried to make a move there. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Wessel plays it down into the Knights zone. Goheen doesn't play it. It's played there by Hodel. Hodel got it over to Hirth. Hirth throws it in, patted away by Schultz. Puck along the near corner now. Puck behind the net, Sova. Puck goes to the far side, Wessel. And then taken by the Knights now. It's Hodel up the ice into the Timberwolves zone, and an icing on the Knights. So 14:46 to go. We remain scoreless here in the first. Puck drop to the right of Goheen. One in control by the Knights. Up to the neutral zone it goes. Klomperens will play it down into the Timberwolves zone, where it's taken by Noah Parent. Parent off the glass, off the stick Kennedy, into the Knights zone and an icing. I thought maybe Kennedy tipped that, but icing on the Timberwolves. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. One in control by the Timberwolves, but then regained control by the Knights, and then Noah Parent took it away. Up along the wall into the Knights zone. No icing there. Played there by Schweigert. Lost to Kennedy though. On the far side. Puck goes behind the net now. Ridden along the boards. That's Duiker throwing a hit, and puck along the near side. Up into the neutral zone and into the Timberwolves zone it goes. It was played on ahead by Svoboda and kept in the Timberwolves zone. Got it to the far side. Duiker lost it back to the point. Shot on. That was Holloman with a shot, and the puck to the back wall now. In front. Lost control of it, and still in the Timberwolves zone, and out comes Aiden French and the Timberwolves. Thrown on into the Knights zone by Iversil. Change for the Timberwolves with 13:25 to go here in the first period. Up Svoboda, got it across, and then back into the Knights zone, where it's taken there. Into the Timberwolves zone, where it's played by Schultz. Connor White tried to get it out. Puck goes behind Schultz, now thrown in front, and no, couldn't get a stick on it. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Ivesil shot on, that went high and wide. And Stemke gains control of it, tries to make a move, got it across. Shot on, saved by Goheen, and then Goheen shoves a Timberwolf. He shoved Ivesil, and now Ivesil taking on half the Knights on the ice. 12:51 to go here in the first. Puck drop to the left of Goheen. Knight kicked out of the faceoff circle. One in control by the Knights. Puck behind the net, wrapped around to the near side, and it's taken there by Noah Perrin. He'll go into his own zone. Perrin gets it across to Ciceretto, flips it on ahead, tried to flip it on ahead to Harfoot, and then it goes into the Knights zone. Puck behind the net now. Ciselski lost control of it, then regains control of it and throws it to the near corner. Ciselski throws one in front, a chance there. And puck goes to the far side where it's taken by the Knights. Sova gains the offensive zone. And puck goes to the back wall as Sova and a Timberwolf go to the ice. And they're entangled there along the near far corner and still going at it. Ciceretto and Sova, the two 13s on the ice. Oh, I'm sorry. 12:08 to go here in the first. Already getting extracurriculars here at Midland Civic Arena. One in control by the Timberwolves, and then puck goes to the back wall, now behind the net, now up to the near side. And then the neutral zone it goes. Boston Bennett gains control of it. Bennett throws it in front, out of the reach of, looks like Temple. And puck in the neutral zone, taking their rep. Over to Catch. Catch throws it up the ice to Bennett, out of his reach. Now Grishitov takes it for the Knights. Up to stick. On the stick of Postal, tries to throw it across, and good stick there by Catch. Puck behind the net, now along the back wall. Over to Catch. Catch now with it for the Timberwolves. Into the neutral zone it goes, where it's taken there by Hodel. Hodel into the neutral zone, played on into the Timberwolves zone. Change for the Knights. Remp almost fell there and gets it up the ice to Kennedy, just out of his reach though. And thrown into the zone by Eisman. Puck goes to the back wall, now to the far corner with 11:07 to go. Up the ice to Kennedy. Kennedy tips it on ahead into the Knight zone. Schweigert wins the race for the puck. Along the far side now. Here come the Knights. Flipped on ahead, but not out. And stoppage of play. 10:54 to go here in the first. Still scoreless. Puck drop in front of the Timberwolves bench. One in control by the Timberwolves. Moody now with it. He takes a hard shot in front of us, but Kennedy gains control of the puck. Kennedy throws one across just out of the reach of Zwick. Puck along the far side. Puck goes to the far corner. And Knights trying to break out, or get out of the zone, and they can't. Puck still on the far side. Now down low for Schweigart. Schweigart tried to get it over and taken away by the Timberwolves, but then goes to the near wall where it's taken out by the Knights. Eisma got one across, shot on, off the stick of Klomperens, and puck goes to the far side. And now to the near corner. Held in by the Knights, Lambers. Lambers lost it there, but held in. Svoboda got it across to Lambers, but out of his reach. Shot on from the point. Big save there. Out the stick of, looks like Affman. Still in the Timberwolves zone. Puck goes down low. Svoboda goes after it. Then taken there by Duiker. And then Ryan Zwick will take it for the Timberwolves. Flipped on ahead. And then taken there. Here's Connor White. White shoots and a save by Goheen. Best shot of the night, I think, chance-wise for the Timberwolves into the glove of Goheen. Puck drop will be to the right of Goheen. Puck drop won in control by nobody, but gained of control of by the Timberwolves. Throws it down low. That's Ivasil behind the net. Ivasil wraps it behind him. Throws in front, and it goes all the way down into the Timberwolves zone, where Schultz will leave it off for catch. Svoboda on the forecheck. Got it over to Carter Remp, though. Up off the wall, and then thrown back down by Lambers. Schultz plays it to the far side. Timberwolf falls down. Ivasil throws it into the night zone. Goheen will play it to the far side, where it's taken there by Otson. And then taken by Lambers. Lambers gains the offensive zone. Shot on into the glove of Schultz. 8:49 to go here in the first. We remain scoreless. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. Won in control by the Knights, but then lost control of. And the Timberwolves gain control of the puck. Along the near side now. Back to the point, Grishatov. Shot on, blocked in front. Thomas Kroll sacrificing the body there. And then out to the neutral zone it goes. Grishatov for the Knights. Gets it across. Here come the Knights now. Looks like that's Hodel. Hodel behind the net. Harassed there by Noah Perrin, and puck goes to the far side where it's taken by Sova. Sova along the far side. Wheels around at the far corner. Now got it back to the point. Shot on. A shot from Westrick, and puck along the far side, and out to the neutral zone it goes, where Hodel will play it for the Knights. Up the ice and just out of the reach of Raddersma. And we will get a stoppage of play with 7:56 to go. Puck drop will be to the left of Goheen. One in control by the Knights. Flipped off the glass, out to the neutral zone. Noah Perrin will play it back deep into the Knights zone. Puck goes to the far corner now on the far side. Boston Bennett overskates it. LaRose got it to Boston Bennett. Bennett back to the point. Shot on, that went wide. Puck loose in front and cleared out by the Knights, and that'll go all the way down into the Timberwolves zone, where Schultz will play it with a stick. So no icing there. Ciceretto up the ice it goes to LaRose. He'll tip it on ahead into the Knight zone. Played there by Schweigert. Schweigert in his own zone. Harassed there by, it looks like, Temple. And held in by the Timberwolves. Shot on. Didn't get through. Taken there. Kennedy threw it in front. He's taken down. No call. Back to the point now. Here's Remp. Remp throws one wide. And taken away by Sova, Gabe Sova of the Knights. Up the ice it goes. And back into the Knights zone, where it's played there by Schweigert, and he throws one to the back wall. Battled for there. Long behind the net, and then taken away by a Knight. But Van Scheppen, but taken away by the Timberwolves. Holloman lost it. Into the Knight zone it goes. Kennedy goes after it for the Timberwolves. He'll throw one in front, and a chance there. Looks like that's Cooper Hart. Nope. Ryan Zwick had the chance, and here come the Knights now. Here's Eisma throws one on to Schultz, and a stoppage of play, and he'll lose his helmet. 6:16 to go. We're still scoreless here in the first. And we're going to get a power play for the Knights. I didn't see the call. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. Puck drop. One in control by the Knights. Backhander in front. Saved by Schultz. Puck goes to the far corner. Back to the point. Lambert's got it down low to the far corner. And then puck goes to the back wall now. Where it's taken there by Nate Sova. Sova back to Grishatov at the point. Got one across to Hodel. Then circle. Shot stopped by Schultz. Grishatov now with it. Wheels back. Almost wheeled back to the point, and then Sova takes it back to Grishatov. Shot on, stopped by Schultz into the netting, and a stoppage to play with 5:42 to go here in the first. 1:26 left on the power play for the Knights. It's Evan Kennedy who went to the box. I didn't see the call. And puck drop will be to the right of Aiden Schultz. Controlled by the Knights. Hodel at the point. Got it across to Lambers. Lambers backhander on. Puck loose and cleared on down by the Timberwolves with 1:17 to go on the power play. Goheen will leave it off for Hodel. Here come the Knights now. Hodel in the neutral zone. Makes a move in. Gains the offensive zone and an offside on the Knights. Well, that's not going to help your power play. Now you get a neutral zone face-off. Puck drop will be in front of the Northwood bench. Where it's one controlled by the Timberwolves and cleared into the neutral zone, but not into the Knight zone. Here's Radersma. He'll throw it on to the off of Schultz's stick, and Ciceretto with it now along the near corner. And he'll take a hit there, and he'll just pin the puck along the boards. And back to the point. Here's Radersma. Throws one down low. Klamperins back to the point for Affman. Then Klamperins leaves it off. Duiker with it for the Knights. Pass across. Throws one to the near side. Taken there by Radersma. Radersma wheels back to the point with 10 seconds left on the power play. High slot, and it goes high. Puck along the far side now. Westrick with it for the Knights. Westrick gets one down low. Duiker throws one on. Shot saved by Schultz. Off the stick of Radersma, so that'll end the penalty. Northwood back to full strength. Puck drop to the right of Aiden Schultz. One in control by the Knights. Back to the point it goes. Schweiger throws one on, blocked off a skate, and then taken out by Ryan Zwick off the wall here. And into the Calvin zone it goes. Back out to the neutral zone where it's played by Ryan Zwick. Zwick gets it up to Wessel. Wessel will throw it on into the Knights zone. Goheen will play it. He throws it to the far side. And shot on Wessel. Didn't get through. Taken away by the Knights now. Here come the Knights. Postal shot on. Good block there. And then Moody throws him to the corner. Told him to sit down, and here comes Kennedy into the neutral zone. He'll flip it on ahead into the Knights zone. Schweiger He's taken to the ice by Kennedy, and puck goes to the far side, and a hand pass call there. 3:23 to go here in the first. Still scoreless between the Timberwolves and Knights. Puck drop will be to the left of Goheen. And goes to the near corner where the Knights will play it off the glass and into the neutral zone. Catch gets it over to Remp. Remp throws it on Goheen. He had to fend it off. And puck goes to the far side there, played by Otson. Otson gets it over. Looks like Gabe Sova with it. He'll throw it into the Northwood zone, where it's taken there by the Timberwolves. Up the ice it goes, just out of the reach of Siselski. Grishatov takes it for the Knights, throws it over to his defense partner. Tipped on ahead by Duiker. 2:50 to go here, along the back wall now. Sabota can't get to the puck, and now Siselski gets it up, just out of the reach of Ivasil, and Ivasil, he rode Hodel off the puck and back in the neutral zone. Ivasil gains the offensive zone and lost it there, but he's going to go after the puck now. Now puck behind the net now. Stemke throws one on. Puck loose, goes to the near side. Noah Perrin gets one down low to Stemke. Stemke with it. Being hit by two Knights, and the puck goes behind the net into the far side. Out come the Knights, and they lose control of it, and a stoppage of play. And Ivasil's going to go to the box. That's the second penalty. I didn't see the call. So the Knights go to another power play. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. One controlled by the Timberwolves, but held in by Hodel. Hodel throws one in front, blocked in front. A chance there, a save by Schultz. Straight on, and Schultz made the save. .150 to go on the power play. 1:57 left here in the first. One controlled by the Knights. Hodel gets it across. Shot on. That went wide of the net. Off the stick of Lambers. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Hodel now with it for the Knights. Gets it over. Lambers gains the offensive zone. Spins around along the far side. Grishatov goes down to the bottom of the circle. Now to the back wall. Gets one across behind the net. Thrown in front. He shot the puck and then fell. I didn't see him get hit. Hodel at the point. Throws one across. Now Grishatov shot into the glove of Schultz, and a stoppage of play. Schultz had to do the windmill there. 1:11 to go on the power play. Still scoreless. 1:18 left here in the first period. Puck drop will be to the right of Aiden Schultz. One controlled by the Knights. Back to the point. That was Affman who got it. Now back to Affman at the point. Got it across. Now to Raidersma. And he can't gain control of it. Shot on and a save by Schultz. 55 left on the power play. Raidersma had the shot there and Schultz stopped it again. Puck dropped to the right of Schultz, and puck goes to the far side. Under a minute to go here in the first. Cleared on down into the Knight zone. Goheen will play it. He'll play it to the far side as he has Siselski barreling down on him, and the Knights set up in their own zone with 40 left on the power play. Here's Raidersma. Gains the offensive zone. Raidersma throws one across. Chance there. Saved by Schultz again. perfect opportunity on the one-timer, and Schultz shuts the door again with 31 left on the power play. Puck drop to the left of Schultz. Radersma sticked away by Schultz, almost right to a Knight, and the puck goes to the back wall. Puck along the near corner now, back to the point. Affman couldn't get to it, but held in by the Knights. Back to Affman. He lost control of it, wheels around to get it. Affman along the wall. Affman got it, pass across. Back to Affman. Affman's shot went high and wide, and we're at full strength for the Timberwolves. Dueker throws it back behind him. And that'll do it for first period action here. Knights and Timberwolves tied at 0. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Timberwolves hockey on the Northwood Hockey Network. Back live for second period action here on the Northwood Hockey Network. And at the end of that period, Calvin took a slashing penalty.
They slashed Schultz in the back of the leg.
Slash to Aiden Schultz on the back of the leg. So Northwood will start with a power play. Always good to see the home team get a power play. And the Northwood Timberwolves will be going from right to left on your screen here to start this second period. I can't see who's in the box for the Knights. One in control by the Timberwolves, and then back into their zone. Carter Remp will get to it. He'll throw it over to Schultz, who will stick it across to White. And then back behind the net, Remp left it off for, looks like Ivasil, and then taken there by White. Off the near wall now. Kennedy throws one in, delayed offsides there, and it goes into the Timberwolves zone as Remp loses the stick. Postal gets it for the Knights. Along the back wall, and puck goes to the far side. Wrap back around. Ivasil now for the Timberwolves. Ivasil in his own zone. Didn't gain the offensive zone, and Northwood having trouble right now setting up on the power play. Across on the far wall, and nobody wants control of it. Now the Knights gain control, and they clear it on down. That a great start to the power play for Northwood now with 58 left on the power play. Rep now for the Timberwolves behind his own net. No shots on goal on this power play yet. Gets it up to Bennett. Bennett gains the offensive zone, throws one down behind Goheen, and then wrapped here to the far or near side, held in by Perrin. Aiden French now with it. French gets it back behind the net to Boston Bennett. Temple shot into the glove of Goheen. So Goheen must have seen Schultz's glove save earlier and said, I'll do one better. Puck drop to the right of Goheen. .31 left on the power play. That puck is won and controlled by the Knights. Grishatov throws it to the far side, but held in by LaRose. Now behind the net, Boston Bennett. Stick there from Grishatov, knocks it off. And then out come the Knights with 10 seconds left on the power play. LaRose now gets it over to Temple. Temple in his own zone. 3 seconds left on the power play. Up to Aiden French. French tips it on ahead into the Knights zone. Along the near side, power play over. Not a great showing on the first power play. Moves in, saved by Schultz. The stick of Raddersma almost made it a 1-0 game. Now goes to the near corner. Off the glass, into the neutral zone it goes. Played down by Hodel. In the neutral zone, wheels around, throws it back to Grishatov in his own zone. Grishatov up the ice, out of the reach of Westrick, and taken by the Timberwolves. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Here's Connor Stemke. Stemke throws one on high and goes out of play with 17:22 to go. Yeah, that power play definitely not what Northwood had in mind. I think they had maybe one shot on goal during that power play. And the puck drop will be to the right of Goheen. We talked about it last night with the Division I team. If you don't score on a power play, it's not great, but fine. But you got to put pucks on net at the very least, and Northwood put one on there. And puck goes off the glass out to the neutral zone. Taken there by Sabota. Sabota moves in on Aiden Schultz. Saved by Schultz, and he'll cover up. Puck drop will be to the left of Schultz. And play. Puck drop won by the Knights as they throw it down low. Like that Sova goes after it. I'm sorry, Otson went after it. Then taken there by Duiker. Duiker shot, block it away. Fended off the blocker of Schultz, and into the neutral zone it goes. Stemke, he falls down. Puck goes to the back wall. Schultz will play it off for Rent. Rent behind his own net now. Off the wall. Into the neutral zone it goes. Holloman will throw it into the netting, and a stoppage of play with 16:37 to go here in the second period. Puck drop in front of our camera here in the neutral zone. One controlled by the Timberwolves. Stemke with it. He'll throw it into the Knights zone. Takes a shot along the near wall. Holloman will take it for the Knights. Harass there. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Ciceretto plays it back into the Knights zone. And icing. I thought he was over the red line, but so puck drop will be to the right of Schultz. Going blocker side with the face-off with 16:21 to go here in the second period. Back to the point. Lambert shot on. That went wide of the net. Might have got deflected with a stick. And up to the neutral zone it goes for Ivesil. Ivesil gains the offensive zone. Ivesil throws one on Goheen and a save there. No Timberwolves there for a rebound, and here come the Knights now. And that's lost off the stick of, looks like Yakunin, and then Yakunin takes a shot along the back wall. Back to the point for Affman. Shot on. Don't think that got through. Puck to the far side. Lambert's tried to play it deep into the zone, and still held in by the Knights. Still held in. Throws one here to the near side, where it's taken there, wrapped around by Sova. Thrown in front, saved by Schultz. And wrapped around to the near side. Held in by Lambers. And then played there by Stemke. Out to the neutral zone it goes, where Lambers will play it for the Knights with 15:21 to go. Into the netting, off the stick of Harfoot. And puck drop will be in front of us here in the booth. One in control by the Timberwolves. Temple kicks it on into the Knights zone. Wrapped around by Goheen. Puck goes to the far side now, where it's taken there by Eisma of the Knights. Got it up the ice and then intercepted there. Temple with a chance. Temple shoots and a save by Goheen. Puck drop will be to the right of Goheen. One control by the Knights. Into the neutral zone they go. Eisma throws it into the Timberwolves zone. Puck goes to the back wall, now to the near corner. Wrapped up along the near wall, but not out. Is held in by the Knights. Hirth threw it into the far side. Still battle for along the far side, taken there by Eisma. Threw into Hirth. Hirth behind the net, tried to throw one in front. Then Eisma with a chance there, and held on to by Schultz with a stoppage of play with 14:35 to go here in the second period. Northwood in this game, they've had a few opportunities, but momentum seems right down the middle right now. Maybe a slight edge. A slight sliver of an edge to Calvin. And puck drop to the right of Schultz. One in control by the Knights, taken there by Sova. Back to the point. Schweigert with it along the far side. Throws one in front, doesn't get a shot up, and stopped there. I think that was blocked in front. Holloman now. He throws a Timberwolf to the ice. That was catchy through the ice and a stoppage of play here. And catch going after Schweiger. And puck drop will be to the left of Schultz. One in control by the Knights. Back to Holloman at the point. Then throws one to Sova and then goes to the far side where Westrick will take it. Westrick along the far side. Throws one in front and stopped. I don't know if that got through to Schultz. It was deflected out of play with 13:59 to go here in the second period. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. And we're going to change for the Timberwolves on defense. Ciceretto and Perrin coming out on the ice. One in control by nobody. And the Knights throw it down to the back wall where Rattersma went after it. Then taken by Sova. Sova ridden off the puck. Ciceretto now for the Timberwolves. Tried to throw it up and out to the neutral zone it goes. Off the top of the glass. Icing on the Timberwolves. .37 to go here in the second period. We're still scoreless. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. One controlled by the Timberwolves. Taken there by Ciceretto. Off the wall into the neutral zone it goes. Played across. Lambers now with it. Got it back across to Affman. Affman up to the neutral zone. Now in the Timberwolves zone. Taken away and thrown back into the neutral zone where Lambers has to play it for the Knights. Ridden off the puck by Kennedy. Gets it across just out of the reach of Ivasil. Puck along the near side now. Taken there. White lost control of the puck. Puck goes to the far side now. Now along the far wall. Taken in by Sabota. And then out to the neutral zone it goes. Where it's played there by Affman. Got it across to his defense partner. Here come the Knights now. Ottson got a pass. Left it off for Dueker. And then taken by the Timberwolves. That went right across the blue line. Would have been an offside. Got it over to a Knight player. Saved by Schultz off the stick of Sabota. No really offensive pressure from the Timberwolves in the second period, aside from a few couple opportunities. But Northwood now has had more defensive zone face-offs in this second period as the puck drop is won and controlled by the Timberwolves. Wessel throws it along the far side. Northwood can't get the puck out of the zone. Now nobody wants control of it as everybody swings and misses and then gain control of by the Knight. Behind the net, wheeling around. Looks like that's Hirth. There's Sova. Back to the point for Hodel. Hodel waits, throws one on. Save, puck loose in front, and puck goes to the far corner. Puck along the far corner now. Taken there. Grishatov shot on into the glove of Schultz. 12:02 to go. It's like 80s rock night here in Midland. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. One in control by the Timberwolves. Remp gets it there for Northwood. And puck along the far side where Hirth takes it. And Northwood still can't get the puck out. Hirth keeps it in. Gets it over to Eisma. Eisma and the Knights on the attack. Grishatov shot on. That went wide. And then a chance in front. Another chance there. Doesn't get through off the stick of Eisma. And thrown in front, another chance there out the stick of Hurth. He didn't get all of it. Bennett in his own zone. Battled for behind along the back wall. Back to the point for Hodel. And out to the neutral zone it goes. And that's played down by Klomperens. Puck along the far side now. And still kind of battling for the puck there. Puck along the far side now. And still held in by the Knights. Making a move there is Holloman. His shot went wide. Puck along the near side now. Hodel with it for the Knights. He takes a shot from Temple. Puck goes to the far corner, where it's taken there by Remp. Northwood is finally out of their zone and thrown into the zone by LaRose, and we'll get a change for the Timberwolves with 10:38 to go here in a second. But up the ice come the Knights, back up, and knocked off by Ciceretto. 113 knocked the other 13 off the puck, and in the neutral zone they go. Dumped in by Aiden French. Puck behind the net. Then puck goes to the far side. Overskated by a Knight. Held in by Perrin. Throws it to the back wall. Holloman throws it over to Radersma. Up the ice to Sova. Left it off for Westrick. And now here is Sova. Threw one to nobody, and out to the neutral zone it goes, where it's taken there by Affman. Affman throws it up and then taken by Radersma. Radersma knocked out the puck. And puck along the near corner, where it's taken Sova. Threw it in front, a chance there for Westrick. And luckily there was someone there for the Timberwolves. Up off the glass into the Knight zone, and an icing on the Timberwolves. Northwood is having all sorts of trouble here in the second period, just getting out of their zone. The shots in the first period were 12-5 in favor of Calvin. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. And Kennedy kicked out of the face-off dot. Aiden French will take it. And nope, now Kennedy goes back to the face-off dot. 9:37 to go here, the first scoreless as the Timberwolves win the draw. Ciceretto off the glass, not out of the zone. Looks like a hand pass and a stoppage play. Puck drop will be to the left of Schultz. Puck drop, one in control by the Timberwolves. Got it across, but out of the reach of Ivasil. Taken there by Affman. Affman threw it in the neutral zone off the stick of Otten. Otten goes back to retrieve it for the Knights, but taken away by the Timberwolves. And gone into the neutral zone goes Ivasil, and he runs over a Knight in the process. Then he throws him to the boards, and then taken there by Stemke. Connor Stemke lost it there. Puck goes to the far side. Not held in by Catch, and it goes out to the neutral zone and into the Timberwolves zone for Remp to play it. Up the ice to Ivasil. Ivasil's shot, that's blocked in front, and Catch has to play it in the neutral zone. Catch throws it into the offensive zone. Taken there by Duiker, who threw it around to Affman, and Otten with it for the Knights. Left it off for Duiker. Duiker gains the offensive zone. Duiker, top of the circle, shot on, saved by Schultz. And a stoppage play with 8:25 to go here in the second. Still 0-0. Puck drop, one in control by the Timberwolves. Into the neutral zone it goes. We're saving there. Cooper Harfoot gains the offensive zone. Harfoot throws one in front. Doesn't go, and out to the neutral zone the puck goes. Moody now with it in the neutral zone. He'll throw one down into the Knights zone where Goheen will leave it off. Looks like that's Hodel. And then Hodel threw White to the ice, and he has to come off. And then taking there, Wessel. Wessel up to Soselski, and puck goes to the back wall, where Goheen will throw it around to the near side and out of the zone. But Harfoot will throw it back into the zone. Held in by Bennett, and he's ridden off the puck. Sova got it up the ice, just out of the reach of Eisma, and Eisma takes a Timberwolf to the ice, and we're going to get a power play for the Timberwolves. And he's not even arguing the call. He's just going to go to the box. So let's hope this power play is better this time for the Timberwolves than the first power play. You got to put pucks on net, especially in a game like this where the end result could be a one-goal differential. 2-minute power play. Puck drop on and controlled by the Timberwolves. Gets it across to Perrin. Perrin shot on. That went wide of the net and hit the glass. And then Aiden French ridden off the puck. Boston Bennett to French. French to Temple. Temple waits along the near wall. Makes a move. Lost it there. And Calvin can't clear the puck. Gets it across. LaRose, a shot, a save, puck loose, and goes to the far corner. LaRose left it off for Boston Bennett. He's ridden off the puck, but held in by the Timberwolves. Oh, just out of the reach of Temple. Temple throws one behind the net. Taken there by Boston Bennett. Bennett off the stick at Temple, but Perrin gets it. LaRose, a shot, and that one goes wide. Puck goes to the near wall now. Temple with it. He waits along the near wall. Gets it down low to Bennett. Throws one in front, just out of the reach, and they're going to kill part of their own power play. Throwing back into the Knights zone with a minute to go as Goheen lost his stick. Got it back. Perrin throws one along the back wall to the far side where it's taken there by Stemke. Stemke got it over to Ivasel, who got it down low, or down to the point, I'm sorry. And now Stemke with a chance and sticked away into the netting. 43 seconds left. Already a much better power play than the first time that the Timberwolves had the power play, getting shots on goal. Make the goalie work. 43 seconds left on this power play. Timberwolves win the draw. Ivasill to the back wall. Ivasill gets it down to the, or gets to the point to Remp. Back to Ivasill. Ivasill got it over to Stemke. Here's Stemke. Back to Remp. Ivasill back to Stemke. A shot, a save. Puck goes behind the net. Ivasill now with it. 20 seconds left on the power play, and out come the Knights. And that'll kill more of this power play up to Stemke as it hits an official. Stemke gets it to Ivasill. Ivasill in the neutral zone. Gains the offensive zone. Ivasill. And Calvin at full strength, but what a much better power play for the Timberwolves as that shot goes high and wide and thrown back in by Wessel. Only one clear for the Knights on that power play for the Timberwolves. And here comes Affman now. Affman gains the offensive zone. Wheels tried to throw one in front and then taken away by French. Here's Aiden French now. Throws one into the Knights zone. Goheen will play it, and Goheen, I don't know what he's doing. And a chance there, the net was open, and Goheen almost cost his team a goal. Puck on the far side now. Rattersma gets one across. Taken there, intercepted Harfoot now. Harfoot ridden off the puck by Rattersma. Puck in the neutral zone. Now gains the offensive zone and lost it in a stoppage play. I don't know what Goheen was doing there when he came out to play the puck. He sat along the back wall for longer than he should have, and then got tripped by his own player, and Northwood couldn't capitalize on the open net. 4:33 to go here in the second period. Puck drop one controlled by the Timberwolves. Noah Perrin with it. Gets it across to Ciceretto. Ciceretto with it. Gets it to Perrin behind the net. Now in his own zone. Up the ice. LaRose threw into Perrin as he avoided a check. And into the neutral zone it goes. Temple will play it on into the Knights zone. Taken there by Hodel. Hodel now with it for the Knights in his own zone. Wheels around. Hodel still wheeling around at the circle. Over to Grishatov. Grishatov up the ice and all the way down into the Timberwolves zone. No icing. Ciceretto gets it for the Timberwolves. Along the far side, LaRose. Now Ciceretto with it. Ciceretto got it up to LaRose. LaRose up the ice and then taken away by Hodel. And here come the Knights now. It's Sova. Sova got it across. Shot on, save off the stick of Hurth. And a stoppage of play with 3:32 to go here in the second period. And LaRose is going to the box. As Ivasil talking to the official, I didn't see what happened. So a power play for the Knights with 3:32 to go in the second period, I'm sorry. Remp gains control of it, throws it to the near corner. Now here, an unsportsmanlike on LaRose. Back to the point for Westrick. Westrick got it over. Chance there, and puck goes here to the point and not out of play, or out of the zone anyway. Affman threw it along the glass, taken there. Shot on, saved by Schultz off the stick of Duiker. Westrick now with it. Throws one across, and they will help kill off their own power play with 1:23 left on the power play. Hurth now with it for the Knights. And ridden off the puck, but taken by Duiker. Duiker shot on, that went deflected wide, and puck along the near wall now. Taken there by Klomperens. Back to the point to Affman. Affman throws one to Klomperman. And puck goes to the far side. Held in by Affman. Puck goes to the back wall. Now around here to the near corner. Cleared out. Into the neutral zone it goes. Catch with the clear. And we'll get a change for the Timberwolves with 42 left on the power play. Luke Affman now for the Knights. Gets it across. Looks like that's Grishatov. He's taken down. And we're going to get another power play shot on save. And a 5-on-3 coming with 29 seconds left on the first penalty. Well, Northwood's up against it now. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. 5-on-3 for 29 seconds. Puck drop won by the Knights. Gets one. Lambers down low. Shot on. Oh, what a glove save by Schultz. Well, we saw Mason Matthew making big saves last night, and Schultz, not to be outdone, makes a big glove save there. Puck drop to the left of Schultz with 22 left on the 5-on-3. And the Knights hold it. Lambers gets across to Grishatov. Top of the circle, shot went wide and goes into the neutral zone where the Knights, and all the way into the Knights zone. 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Here's Hodel now, gains the offensive zone. Hodel wheels around, tried to wheel around at the circle. Down to a 5-on-4 power play for the Knights. Ciceretto going after the puck. Back to the point to Lambers. Lambers gets it to the near side to Hodel. Hodel throws one down low. Back to Hodel. Hodel with it. He almost misplayed the puck. Back to Hodel, top of the circle. Lamber's now shot on. Didn't get through. Puck loose. And Schultz makes a save. I don't know how he stopped. 103 left on the power play. And if Northwood can get out of this 5-on-3 without, or 5-on-4 without giving up a goal, period will end with 1 second on the clock. Or power play will end with 1 second on the clock. To the back wall. Throws on a front shot. That went wide and high, and out of the zone it goes, where it's played there by Affman. Affman now for the Knights. In his own zone. Setting up the offense. 42 left on the power play. Up the ice it goes. Looks like just out of the reach of Duiker. Duiker goes on to the far side to pick up the puck. Duiker gets it over to Westrick. Westrick gets it across. Pass in front. And puck goes to the far side. Back to the point. Westrick will throw it down low, back behind the net now. And then taken by a Knight. And thrown in front, doesn't go. And a chance there, and blocked in front. And Soselski will clear it down, and that'll do it for the Calvin power play. Wessel with 1 second, and shot goes wide. So we remain scoreless as we end the second period. Your score at the end of 2-0-0. Back here live, third period action on the Northwood Hockey Network. Calvin out shooting Northwood in that second period, 15-6. Puck drop, one in control by the Timberwolves in their own zone. Up the ice it goes. Taken there by Calvin, thrown into the neutral zone. Ciceretto in his own zone. Ivasil tried to get one across. And then taken away by Eisma, but dumped in by the Timberwolves, where Goheen will play it and leave it off. Up the ice, Eisma with it for the Knights. Got it up. That was Klomperens who had a chance. Klomperens behind the net now. Back to the point to Lambers. Lambers throws one on, stick down, played with a high stick of Hirth, and then waved off, and puck goes to the near side where it's thrown on into the neutral zone. Ivasil gives chase. Thrown to the far side, and a stoppage play. And we're gonna get a Northwood power play. Puck drop will be to the right of Goheen. This is gonna be one of those games where one goal will win it. To the side, Wessel, now to Remp. Remp gets it over to White. White with a chance, shot on, save, Goheen. We went from 80s rock to, what, late 2000s or what, late 2010s music. 1:48 left on the power play. Puck drop won by the Timberwolves. Remp at the point. Remp waits, gets it over to White. White with it now. White goes to the low circle now, far side. White shot on, stopped by Goheen, held in. Ivasil got it to Stemke, who got it back to Ivasil. Ivasil to White. White gets it across to Remp. Now Remp gets it over to Ivasil. Ivasil with it, gets it to Carter Remp. Remp shot on, and a save by Goheen. Puck goes to the far corner now. Stemke almost lost control over there. Stemke throws it down behind the net. That's Ivasil now. Tried to throw one to Kennedy, but he got the puck back. Kennedy now along the far wall. Thrown on, saved by Goheen, and puck goes to the far side, held in by Remp. Good job on the power play by the Timberwolves. Stemke gets it to White. White, a shot, blocked in front. Another chance, and blocked away by Goheen. Puck loose, and then goes to the far corner, where it's picked up by Kennedy. Kennedy along the far side, 38 left on the power play. Gets it to Ivasil. Ivasil, he threw it over to Temple. Held in by White. Puck still on the near boards, and then taken behind the net. Looks like Duiker. Tried to throw one out, and it's cleared all the way down into the Timberwolves zone with 20 left on the power play. Schultz leaves it for Remp. Remp in his own zone, setting up and waiting. Up the ice they come. Noah Perrin off a Knight into the Timberwolves zone and cleared on down into the Timberwolves zone, and that'll do it for the power play. Good power play by the Timberwolves, getting shots on goal. And intercepted there. Chance shot, save Aiden Schultz. And we remain scoreless as Noah Perrin gets it along the near corner. Lost his stick there. Taken away by Sabota, but then he lost the puck. And Boston Bennett will throw it out to the neutral zone, where Temple will go after it. But it's thrown back into the Timberwolves zone. Ciceretto running to the boards. Puck along the back wall now. A Calvin Knight player falls down, back to the point. Gets it over. Pass across, just off the stick And then a chance there, and Schultz holds on. .13 to go. We are still scoreless here in the third period. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. Winning controlled by the Timberwolves. Wessel behind the net. Wraps it around to the near side. Siselski off the glass and out of play. It found the one spot through the netting that it could get through, and out of play it goes. And puck drop will be to the right of Aiden Schultz with 16:05 to go here in the third period. Puck drop won and controlled by the Knights. Lambers throws it to the back wall. Puck behind the net, and puck goes to the far side. And then wrapped back behind. Held in by the Knights. Westrick made a move, got it over to Sova. Back to the point, shot on. That went wide off the stick of Affman. Then Westrick a chance, and it hit the post, and puck goes to the near corner now. Tipped on ahead. Lambers held the zone. Shot was blocked. And out to the neutral zone it goes, where Lambers will play it over for Westrick. Westrick up to Radersma. And then Kroll tried to tip one ahead in the offensive zone. Here's Aiden French. Shot on. Save. Goheen with 15:18 to go. Another chance for the Timberwolves. And Goheen comes up big again. Well, they're getting the opportunities. They're just not able to put it in. And again, I think this is going to be one of those games. Next goal wins. It's going to be a one-goal game, I think, unless offenses start putting the puck in the net in this period. Puck drop to the left of Goheen. Puck drop, one control by the Knights in their own zone. Hodel gets it to the far side. Up the ice come the Knights now. Got it over. Off the stick of Hirth, and Hirth got it over to Eisma. Eisma with a chance, held on by Schultz for a stoppage of play with 15:05 to go here in the third period. Drop to the right of Aiden Schultz. One control by the Timberwolves. LaRose off the glass into the neutral zone. Grishatov will take it for the Knights. And then taken there by, looks like Remp, and he'll throw it into the Knights zone. Goheen plays it to the near side. Held in LaRose though. Puck goes to the back walls. LaRose takes a hit to the ice. And then taken by Grishatov and the Knights. Out to the neutral zone it goes, where it's played by Carter Remp. Remp in the neutral zone, gets it up to Temple. Temple will bank it off the wall into the Knights zone. Taken there by Hodel. Harassed there by White. Puck behind the net, looks like Grishatov for the Knights in his own zone. Then thrown over to Hirth for the Knights. And up the ice, but he can't get it out as it hit a stick. Puck goes to the near side now. Out to the neutral zone it goes, where it's played by Noah Perrin back into his own zone. Tipped on ahead by Ivasil. 14:10 to go here in the third period. Ivasil got it in the Knight zone. Ivasil. Perrin back to Ivasil, but that went over him, and puck goes to the far corner now. Stemke will play it for the Timberwolves. Connor Stemke now behind the net, throws one in front. A chance there. And the puck goes to the far side, where Schweigert will play it out, and it's taken by Ciceretto over to Noah Perrin. Perrin up the ice to Ivasil off his stick. Puck it loose in the neutral zone. Picked up by White. He's knocked off. And Ivasil will throw it to the corner, and back behind the net it goes, where it's played there by Schweigert. Schweigert got in the neutral zone, and then he's rocked by Connor White. But here come the Knights, thrown across. And puck goes here to the near wall. Left off for Schweigert. And puck loose in front, and a stoppage of play. And we're going to get a holding penalty, it looks like. Nope, a slash to Connor White. So the Timberwolves will go back to the penalty kill with 13:16 to go here in the third period. Puck drop will be to the right of Aiden Schultz. One in control by the Knights. Rattersma got it back to the point for Affman. Got it across. Westrick back to Affman. Back to Westrick. Top of the circle. Pass across in front. Save Aiden Schultz. Held in by the Knights though. Affman gets it over to Rattersma. Shot on save by Schultz again. Aiden Schultz standing tall in this game, keeping it scoreless with 1:39 left on the power play. Puck drop will be to the right of, the right of Schultz. Puck drop, one in control by the Knights. Back to the point, Affman. Affman got it over to Rattersma. Rattersma got it down low to Duiker. Duiker wheels around at the bottom of the circle, then gets it to Rattersma. Rattersma with it at the point. Gets it to Duiker. Duiker tried to get one across, and it goes out into the neutral zone, and the Knights will help kill off their own power play. 1:12 to go. In their own zone, they'll set up. Up the ice they come. Rattersma ridden off by Ciceretto. Good job by Ciceretto with the stick, but held in by the Knights. And pass across to Rattersma now. Gets one across, shot on. What a save, Aiden Schultz again! Aiden Schultz, another big save to keep it scoreless. As we get some extracurriculars in front of Schultz, I mean, the play of both goalies has been good today, but Schultz has been on another level so far, making the big saves when he needs to. Another one going post to post to keep it scoreless. 50 seconds left on the Calvin Knights power play. And puck drop will be in front of the Timberwolves bench in the neutral zone. 12:07 left in the third. We're still scoreless. Puck drop, one in control by the Knights. Grishatov got it across to his defense partner. That's Hodel. Hodel wheels around into his own zone. Boston Bennett on the forecheck. Now Grishatov in his own zone. Grishatov in the neutral zone. Gains the offensive zone. Goes down low to the near corner. Throws one back to the point. Shot on by Hodel, and the shot went wide as the puck goes to the near corner. Eisman now with it for the Knights. 21 left on the power play. Leaves it for Sova. Sova goes behind the net. Throws one back to the point. That's Hodel now at the point. Hodel throws one on. Deflected in front. Didn't get through to Schultz and cleared on down. And Northwood is about to kill off another Calvin Knights power play. Up the ice it goes, and here come the Knights now. It's Eisma. He's taken down. Northwood at full strength. Sova. Back to the point, Lambers. Back to Sova. Looked like he was getting it to Sova. And the Northwood Timberwolves get it out of the zone and into the Knight zone. Ivesil showing his speed, but picked up by Schweiger. Puck goes to the far side. Wessel throws it back into the Knight zone. Hodel will take it for the Knights. He wheels around along the far corner, then gets it over, it looks like Affman. Up the ice, just out of the reach of Eisma, and icing on the Knights with 10:43 to go. Offensive zone face-off coming up for Northwood. Perfect situation if you're the Timberwolves now. You kill off the power play with a penalty, and now you have an offensive zone face-off. And it looks like all the big guns are out there for Northwood. Puck drop to the right of Goheen. One in control by the Timberwolves, but taken away by the Knights. Here comes Eisma now. Eisma along the near side, throws one behind the net to the far side. And puck goes to the back wall, now behind the net. Taken away there. Shot on. Big save there off the pad of Schultz, and Noah Perrin takes it for the Timberwolves, but not out of the zone. Now here's Eisma again, throws one across, shot on. Didn't get through, blocked in front. Back to the point, Schweiger, blocked again, puck goes to the far side. Holloman throws it behind the net, puck in front, and and they call a goal I didn't see that. I thought Schultz had the puck. And Stump is arguing that call. I don't think that went in. It's 1-0 Calvin. I thought Schultz stopped the puck. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Coach Stump obviously not happy with the call, as the puck drop is won and controlled by nobody and then gained control of by the Knights. So 1-0 Calvin, and the puck goes in the Knights zone. Now Northwood's got to try to climb back into the game. Puck goes to the near corner. Along the near wall now. Now puck goes to the back wall where it's played there by Duiker. Duiker up the ice to Sabota. Sabota throws it down in the Timberwolves zone where Schultz will play it. Wrapped around to the far side and played on ahead by Harfoot. Puck goes into the Knights zone. Wrapped behind him. Looks like that was Offman, and up to Duiker. Duiker leaves it off for Sabota, and the puck goes to the back wall now. Going after it was Moody of the Timberwolves, and the puck goes to the far side. Grishatov holds the zone. Puck along the far corner now. Held in by the Knights. Ottman now with it. Throws it down low. Taken there by Sabota. Sabota behind the net. Puck still behind the net, and then taken away by Moody and the Timberwolves. Off the glass into the neutral zone, all the way down into the Knights zone. We'll get a change for the Timberwolves. And not held in. I think everybody's still in shock that that was a goal. I don't. That's definitely not on Schultz, that's for sure, as the puck is in front of the camera here in the neutral zone. Puck drop, won and controlled by the Knights. In their own zone. Up the ice it goes. Here's Sova. Sova gains the offensive zone. Shot on high over the net and wide. Then a chance in front, blocked in front by the Timberwolves. Puck along the near wall. And out comes LaRose and the Timberwolves. He'll just throw it out to the neutral zone where Grishatov will take it for the Knights. Got it across. Up the ice they go. As a Knight will blow a tire in the neutral zone, and that'll be icing on the Timberwolves. .8:14 to go in the third. Puck drop will be to the left of Schultz. 1-0 Calvin. Puck drop to the right of Schultz. Puck drop, one in control. The referees just, I don't know what's going on. Puck goes to the far corner. There's a hit there along the far side. Now taken there by Rattersmuth. Rattersmuth throws one in front. Good stick there by Ciceretto. Off the glass into the neutral zone it goes. Going after it was Schweigart of the Knights in the neutral zone. Up to Westrick. Westrick tried to spin around. He's taken down. And the puck goes to the neutral zone. In the neutral zone still. Westrick throws it down into the Timberwolves zone where Schultz will play it and leave it off. Left it for Ciceretto now with the Timberwolves. Into the neutral zone it goes and out of play for a stoppage play with 7:32 to go here in the third period. Puck drop to the left of Schultz. One in control by the Knights. But out come the Timberwolves now in the neutral zone. It's Connor White. Connor White wheels around back to the point. Connor White. Wrist shot on. Saved by Goheen. Puck drop will be to the left of Goheen. 7:20 to go. As it's won and controlled by the Knights, wrapped around on the far side and tipped on ahead. Here's Gabe Sova now. He overskates the puck. That's definitely an icing. And a stoppage of play with 7:12 to go here in the third period. Puck drop won and controlled by the Knights, thrown in by Lambers. Taken there by Moody. Moody off the glass into the neutral zone. And it goes into the Knights zone. Held in by Aiden French. Aiden French with a chance. Throws one across and a chance there. Now Zwick throws it behind him. Kennedy lost control of it there. Held in by the Timberwolves now and just thrown behind him to nobody. And the puck goes to the near side now. Wrapped around to the far side by Athman. Lambers will go after it. Up to the neutral zone it goes. And it goes here to the near side. Alex Catch will play for the Timberwolves. Up the ice into the Knights zone. No icing. Played there by Grishitov. Grishitov harassed there. Out to the neutral zone it goes as Remp will take it. Brock Hirth blows a tire in the neutral zone. And here's Remp up the ice. Intercepted there. Bad pass. Klomperens gains the offensive zone. Shot on. Blocked in front. Good block there by Remp. And another. Now a Timberwolf blows a tire. Here's Hodel now. Wheels around at the corner. Hodel. Gets one down low. Looks like that's Sova who had it. Puck behind the net in front. Saved by Schultz into the glove. And a stoppage of play with 5:48 to go here in the third period. Puck drop to the left of Schultz. One in control by the Timberwolves but ridden off the puck. And then taken away. Rides around, got it over. Up the ice come the Timberwolves in the neutral zone, but then taken away by Klomperens. Shot on, saved by Schultz. Schultz coming up big again here in this game. Gets it up. Here comes Connor Stemke and the Timberwolves. Gets one across. Shot on, saved by, I don't even think he got a piece of it. Out to the neutral zone it goes, back into the Timberwolves zone. Noah Perrin throws one on ahead into the Knights zone, no icing. Oh, and looks like Ivasil took a big hit and then thrown back into the Knights zone with 5 minutes to go here in the third. Up the ice come the Knights. It's Sabota. Got one across out of the reach of Otten. And puck along the far side now, where it's taken there by Schweigert. Schweigert behind the net. Schweigert waits at the near wall, throws one on, didn't get through. If it did, it hit the stick of Schultz. Puck along the back wall now. Duiker tried to get one across and tipped down into the neutral zone. Northwood just can't gain control of the puck to even get down into the Knights zone. Into the Northwood zone it goes. Puck along the back wall now. And taken there by Duiker. Duiker to the point to Schweigert. Schweigert shot through traffic and sticked away by Schultz. Along the near corner now. Now Duiker. Duiker being harassed there by Kennedy. Back to the point to Schweigert. Got it across. And Northwood just cannot get out of their own zone now with 4 minutes to go. Puck goes into the neutral zone where it's played there by Otten. Otson now, shot on, saved by Schultz, and he'll leave it off for Temple with 3:48 to go. Temple up the ice into the Calvin Knight zone. No icing, it was tipped. Goheen wanted one. LaRose throws it in front, a chance there. Now Remp now with it. Rempel on the far corner, got it back behind the net, just out of off the stick of Bennett. Here comes Calvin now, but LaRose throws it back in on Goheen. Two Calvin players. One falls down, the other almost did, and puck along the far side now. Into the neutral zone it goes where Carter Remp will play it back into the Knight zone. Goheen will play it off. 3:10 to go here in the third period. Intercepted Connor Stemke. Stemke shoots, he scores! Wow. They called offsides. .306 to go here in the third. Stemke had a chance, and guess he was just offsides as the puck goes in the Knights zone. Played around by Affman. Affman plays it across. Up the ice go the Knights now. It's Rattersma. Rattersma gains the offensive zone. Along the near corner. Throws in front. Nobody home for the Knights. Chance there. Throws it back behind the net. Taken there by the Timberwolves. Alex Catch up into the neutral zone it goes. Here's Ivasil now. He's got a chance. Ivasil shoots. Saved by Goheen. And there we go. Now the goalie. We have a fight. The goalie going after Catch. It looks like Catch. That's the second time Goheen's gone after somebody today. Sorry, that wasn't Catch. That looks like it's Connor White he went after. 2:40 to go here in the third period. It's still 1-0 Calvin. That's the second time Goheen has done something like that today. So we're going to get a penalty to Calvin. Well, here you go. If you're Northwood, now's your chance. This power play will end when there's 40 seconds left in regulation. Northwood has got to get shots on goal, and now they've got to put the puck in on the power. Oh, nope, no power play. 4-on-4 hockey. Well, maybe. It's 4-on-4. I don't see anybody in the box for Northwood. Here's Grishatov. Intercepted there by the Timberwolves in the Knights zone. Boston Bennett goes after it. Bennett throws one across. Takes a check there. Up the ice it goes. The Knights can't get the puck out of the zone. Held in by LaRose. Here's LaRose. He takes a check into the boards. Along the near corner now with 2:12 to go here. Keep an eye on Schultz too. I imagine he'll go if they gain control with the 120 mark. In front, a chance there. Couldn't get a stick on it. And Schultz has to hold on with 1:56 to go. I don't see anybody in the Northwood penalty box unless they're sitting behind Brocklehurst. And Coach Stump not happy. Okay, White has to go to the box. That's what I was curious about, why it was 4-on-4. I don't know what's going on here. So now there is a Timberwolf in the box. .116 left on the 4-on-4, 1:56 left here in the third period. Puck drop, one in control by the Timberwolves. Aiden French with it. Aiden French throws it along the far wall. Nobody there for the Timberwolves. Keep an eye on Aiden Schultz now with 1:43 to go. Along the near wall. Aiden French. He didn't see the puck. And then taken there by Connor Stemke. Stemke gains the offensive zone. Stemke throws it in front, stopped by Goheen, and that'll be a stoppage of play. And Stemke is going off the ice. Puck drop to the right of Goheen. One in control by the Timberwolves. Perrin throws one to the far corner. Schultz still in his net with 1:22 to go. Back to the point to Perrin. Perrin. And they can't hold the zone, and here come the Knights now. Schweiger and offside on the Knights. Puck drop in front of the Timberwolves bench in the neutral zone, won by the Timberwolves. Noah Parent up the ice to Kennedy. Kennedy in the offensive zone. Kennedy goes behind the net, throws one in front, and not a stick on that one. Schultz still in the net. Under a minute to go here in the third period. It goes into the Timberwolves zone where Noah Parent will play it. 52 to go. Now keep an eye on Schultz. Up to Kennedy now. Kennedy throws one into the neutral zone. Just a bad pass there. Westrick taken down there. Got one across. Both teams at full strength. Kennedy up the ice just out of the reach of White. No icing. And the puck goes to the near corner. And Calvin's just not going to let Northwood gain control of this puck to even pull Schultz as they'll throw it into the Calvin zone. Held in Stemke. He'll be held along the boards. Schultz still in the net. I think if you're Coach Stump now, you take your time out and pull Schultz with an offensive zone face-off. They're not going to pull him. There's a timeout by Stump. I got no words right now. I don't think that puck went in. Schultz stays in. Puck drop to the left of Goheen as the Timberwolves wrap it around to the far side. Schultz stays in net, and that is going to do it here from Midland Civic Arena in 2 seconds. And Northwood falls 1-0. It was a one-goal game like I said it was going to be. But I'll tell you right now, Schultz I'm pretty sure he stopped the puck. I don't know how that that goal counts. So Northwood falls 1-0 to Calvin. Just a weird game today. I'm a little bit in shock right now that happened. Well, Northwood falling here in Midland to drop their record, to move their record to 5-3. Calvin starts out the season 2-0. Next week, the battle of M40 East will continue and renew when Northwood travels to Central Michigan University on Friday night on Halloween. And on Saturday, we'll be here at Midland Civic Arena. We'll have both games live for you on the Northwood Hockey Network. For Northwood University Timberwolves D3 Hockey and for the Northwood Hockey Network, I'm John Gervasi. Good night, everybody. And as always, roll Timbies.